Studios YouTube and mobile app. The eSIM Studios YouTube channel offers the very best technology news and reviews with in-depth coverage found nowhere else. Hosted by founder and creator, Taylor Bell. He's a really good dude, college educated, and worked inside the industry. He knows what he is talking about. The eSIM Studios mobile app is an experience unlike any other tech app, with an easy-to-use interface view, late-breaking tech news from all over the industry, and so much more. eSIMstudios.app also includes the unlocker. Learn to unlock phones from the professionals for free. The clean and intuitive layout, finding breaking news articles and deals in tech has never been easier. Watch and listen to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel and podcast from within the app. Additional features include easy Gcam download and installation, the Android Flash tool, and sign up for our weekly giveaway drawing. Download the eSIM Studios mobile app at eSIMstudios.app and find us on YouTube by simply searching eSIM Studios.
Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. You got that iPhone 15, I got that phone to nothing. Think you're cool with iOS 18. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. You got that iPhone 15, I got that phone to nothing. Think you're cool with iOS 18. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my
All right, welcome back. eSIM Studios podcast live stream, episode number 167. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Interesting news. Got some very interesting news. More as we get closer to Pixel launch here in less than 2 weeks away. More details keep on continually rolling out. Right, more information, more details, and actually, I thought we had most all details covered when it came to the Pixel series, but appears we were missing two pieces of information specifically from the Pixel Fold 2. I'm going to be calling it the Pixel Fold 2, but I think the official name is Pixel 9 Pro Fold, I believe. They change up stuff all the time, but we have new information on that. We have new iPhone 16 leaks. Look, those come out pretty soon, right? Yesterday we had leaks on the colors, right? Now we have some actual looks of the other iPhone 16 models that are out. And what else do we got? We have two more. We have new OnePlus Open. Now, originally we thought they were not going to release another One Fold Open this year. Looks like we were wrong. We'll jump into that. And what else we got? A new streaming service for sports. Very exciting news. If you are a sports fan, it looks like they finally got, well, we'll find out. I guess we'll see. But it looks like they might be on the right track when it comes to sports, right? If you just want to watch sports, you don't want to subscribe to Peacock and subscribe to ESPN and subscribe to all these different streaming services just to watch this game, that game, this game. It looks like there might be one app that'll encompass all sports. Hallelujah. So we'll get into that as well. And a story I'll get into here shortly that might have saved me a bunch of money. But before we get into the Pixel, news, I think I'm in the process of, hopefully for the last time, transferring website hosts. I've kind of been jumping back and forth. I finally got, so if you go to eSIMstudios.app, it's a really cool mobile app. It's a really, really cool. I got a ton of stuff on there. And we're going to continually add more. However, I think I might switch hosts. So if you see stuff switched up here, and I will let y'all know, obviously, keep you updated on stuff. But you can go to eSIMstudios.app right now and get all the latest news. Get the latest version of Gcam application, camera app for Android devices. All the best deals. Everything for you right there. You can even watch this podcast live, right? On the live on eSIMstudios.app. Now, let's get into the Pixel news. Let me get some music here. Okay. Google Pixel Fold 2. Google Pixel Fold 2. We got some new information. Now, again, it's just for whatever reason, it's hammered in my brain. It's the second generation of the Folds, right? So I'm going to call it the Fold 2. Now, the official name is the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Right? Now, so if you hear me call it the Fold 2, you know what I'm referring to, right? So it appears that we had majority of the information of these devices, right? They went through the another country's version of the FCC, where they basically take it apart, measure everything, take down all the specs, all the hardware that's inside of it. So we basically knew everything, but there's a couple of pieces of information that make it even more badass. It appears the thickness. So let me sidetrack real quick. You know the Z Fold 6 just came out, correct? Well, there's reports, and they are, Samsung is going to actually release a Z Fold 6 Ultra moniker. Now, it's going to basically be a super slim version, even slimmer. Same version of the Fold 6. So the Fold 6, relatively thin. It's actually the same thickness when it's open as this Z Flip 6. Pretty thin, right? This new one, Z Fold 6 Ultra, which is going to be a thinner model, going to be released in October, right? However, it looks like when this new Pixel Fold 2 comes out, it will be the thinnest foldable to date. Let that sink in a little bit. When this Pixel 9 Pro Fold gets released here in about 2 weeks, it'll be the thinnest foldable to date. And I don't think we really realized that. Like, we went over the numbers in a previous podcast, but we didn't like compare the specific numbers, measurements to all the other foldables. But I want to congratulate 9 to 5 Google, and that's why we're on their webpage, for bringing this to our attention. Holy crap, is this going to be thin? I saw this and I was like, thinnest foldable ever. And I was like, wow, there's a lot of foldables out there. This one's going to be pretty freaking thin. I dare to say razor thin. And I think when the Fold 6 Ultra comes out, now here's the thing. The Fold 6 Ultra, which should be even a little bit thinner than this, so the Fold 2 will essentially be the thinnest foldable ever for a whole 2 or 3 months. But it is what it is. The Fold 6 Ultra, the razor thin Fold 6, is not going to be released in the US. Now, again, you can still get one if you want one. You just got to wait a few weeks after release. And I'm sure they'll have them on eBay now. It's going to be mad expensive. We're talking like starting price like $2,500. Insanely expensive. Not this Fold. I'm talking about the Z6 Fold. I'm talking about the Z Fold 6 Ultra. A lot of naming variations in here in my brain. Now, here's the bummer, and here's the kicker. The Z Fold 6 Ultra is not going to support stylus input and or an S Pen. I have no idea why. The regular Z Fold 6 does. This new Ultra is not. I think they had to make it, I think they were literally making it as thin as possible, where they even had to shave out and or cut out the sensors, the stylus sensors that go, it's another layer in the display that they have to put in there. I think they cut that out just to make it that much thinner. Now, the original Pixel Fold did support stylus, and I think this Pixel Fold 2 should support a stylus as well. In fact, let me double check myself, right? So let's see. So I'm Googling, did the Pixel Fold support stylus input? This is the original. And this is a Gemini Pro. So Google search Gemini. I pay for the Pro version. So this is what it looks like if you have Gemini infused in your Google search. Does not. Google's foldable can do many things, but according to stylus. Okay, so I was mistaken. The Pixel Fold does not support a stylus, the original. Now, the second version coming out in 2 weeks, it might. But since the first one didn't, I doubt the second one will. So, just how thin is this going to be? Let's find out. So the thinnest foldable in the United States, when folded, the device measured in at 12 millimeters, well below 15 millimeters for the Z Fold 4, and still thinner than the 13.4 millimeter Z Fold 5. That launched a little while later. Now this is the original Fold. That record was broken by the OnePlus Open, which came in at 11 millimeters thick when closed. All right, now, Android headlines, it's saying 10.5 millimeters is not even enough to set the world record that was just released by the Honor Magic V3. It says that this new Google Pixel Fold 2, this is insane, 9.2 millimeters when closed, thick. Let's see. Here we go. The full measurements of the Pixel... So I take that back. Hang on. So the full measurements of the Pixel 9 Pro Fold... Jesus. That's going to come out here shortly. Comes in at 155.2 by 77.1 by 10.5 when folded. 10.5 when folded. So technically it's not the thinnest in the world. Okay, so the thinnest in the world... Wait, 10.5, 10.5. Okay, so the Honor Magic V3. Now, I don't think that's released here. You can get one, but you got to jump on eBay and they're mad expensive. So the Honor Magic V3 is, I guess, I stand corrected, takes the title as the thinnest foldable in the world. Now, when they make these measurements, they're talking about when it's folded closed, not when it's open. But you can essentially just divide that in two, and you'll know the measurements when it's open, right? But they're measuring this when it's closed. So the thinnest in the world when closed, foldable, is the Honor Magic V3, and coming in at an insane 9.2 millimeters. That is insane. It's like a piece of paper. Now, this Pixel Fold 2 not going to be far behind. In fact, it is thinner than the Fold 6. And again, I don't think I remember picking up on this. I knew it was going to be thin, but not the thinnest in the US, right? Because the Honor Magic V3 has got the world title. But here in the United States, as far as what we can get our hands on, most people can get our hands on, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, aka Fold 2, will be the thinnest in the United States. And that's out of the OnePlus Open, that's out of the Z Fold 6, that's out of the Pixel Fold 2. It's going to have a thickness of just 10.55 millimeters when folded, 5.1 millimeters when unfolded. That's thin. That's very, very thin. So it's kind of flew under the radar. Now, with this thinness. Now, we also got leaked pricing as well. It's a secret. Don't tell anybody. Let's see. Where are we at? So, do y'all like that white color? Let's see. Yikes. So it's going to start out at $17.99. Now, where did last year's model come in at? Let's see. So this year, exactly the same as last year's model. So it appears Google's raising the prices on the Pixel 9 series, except the Fold. We've got, I guess technically we don't know the official pricing of the Pixel 9 of the regular phone series. We're anticipating a small increase. However, this is good news. If the Fold is not going to increase the price, there's a good chance the regular ones will keep the same pricing along the lines. Even though the lineup has changed a little bit, right? Because they're going to have a small base model, a small Pro, big Pro, in the Fold, right? Because last year they just released 2 models. This year they're releasing 4. So they're going to have to spread out the pricing. So it'll be interesting to see what the pricing is. That'll probably get leaked here, I'm assuming, later this week, maybe next week. But I'm sure it'll definitely get leaked before the launch. Everything else seems like it does with Google. Now, Pro promo video. Let's check this out. Damn it, it's on a. I hope I don't get a copyright strike. Let's see. Daniel, what's going on? What's going on, sir? How you doing today? I've been looking at those, the Asus, the Pro Art one, and there's also another one. What is it? The S16. Ooh, with that new AMD, new AMD CPU, NPU, all that good stuff. 50 tops. Wow. Those look freaking awesome. Now, actually, you know what? I think you can buy one at Best Buy. I was like, damn, I want to try to get one of those. I think I was looking. You can get one of those at Best Buy for like $1,000. I think. Watch. Is it the VivoBook? Yeah, VivoBook. S16. Let's see what it comes. Let's see what comes up. You know what? Hang on. Yeah, those CPUs look phenomenal. Now I know Intel is going to come out with their version. Where is it? I was just looking at them. I'm on my Best Buy. Recently viewed. Where are we at? Anyways, I can't find it, but yo, those look awesome. Yeah, it is. How you've had it for what, a week or two, right? Best performance I've ever used on Windows laptop. Great. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I want good battery life. I'm tired of I'm giving my daughter, since school, my school year basically is because we help her with homework, but her school year starts here in a few weeks. I'm giving her my HP ProBook because it's got a ton of RAM. It's got a AMD 7000 series, or AMD Ryzen 7 7000 series with 32 gigs of RAM. It's got plenty, because we were running into we were running into that RAM issue last year. Could not upgrade her PC. So you know what? Let me just give her mine. I eventually going to get something new like the one you got. So, but that's what I want, battery life. I got to buy her. I got to replace this battery. It's only a year old, or year and a half, 2 years old, and the battery goes out in like just a couple hours. It's ridiculous. It's insane how low the battery life is on these Windows laptops. That's what I want. Good battery life. I want it to last. I want to just like a phone. I want to unplug it in the morning, use it as much as I want during the day, and still have at least some battery life at night when I plug it in. Right. Under Cyclops with benchmarks. Oh wow. Okay. I'll check that out once we're done. You change your username. About a month. Yeah, that's badass, man. And you know, I'm kind of glad I didn't jump the gun and get a Snapdragon PC X Elite. However, you've seen how many updates they've pushed. Tons, like just in the last month or 5 or 6 weeks, they've pushed like insane, like I don't know, 10 or 12 updates. And that's just software, I think. Not to mention driver updates. But give them credit, they've been working, although you can knock them for basically releasing it too early, right? It's like a beta. But Qualcomm did put out a press release yesterday saying they're going to have $700 laptops with Snapdragon. They don't know if it's going to be X Elite or X Plus, but for the second generation this time next year, because basically all these Snapdragon X Elite computers, base price roughly $1,000, right? Snapdragon or Qualcomm came out yesterday and said our entry level Snapdragon X Elite or X machines next year are going to start out at $700, so it's a little more affordable. Not such a punch in the gut, because look, a lot of people buy cell phones, $1,000 cell phones, but they get them at the carriers, right? They just finance it on their carrier. It's easy to purchase. You just pay $30 a month, and away you go. With these computers, unless you finance it yourself, or get Best Buy financing, or get Amazon financing, a lot of people do have to shell out $1,000. Not so easy, not as easy as buying a phone, but I think I'm going to get one of these. I think I'm going to get one of these new AM, because I don't do Intel. I left Intel years ago. Now I got an Intel PC here just to try them out with this Ultra Core 7. Yeah, it's all right, but battery life's better than my HP ProBook, obviously, but nothing special, right? So why get a new piece? Whatever. I think I'm going to get one of these new AMD. They look freaking badass. And the amazing thing is they got a ton of performance, and they only use like 28 watts, like TDP. It's insane. While everybody else is using 50, right? 50 plus. So, and that's how they obviously achieve good battery life. So, we're going to do more PC reviews. I mean, not a lot, but I'm going to try to do, I've been in contact. Funny thing, I was going through my spam folder last night of my email address, and I was like, I had probably 50 emails from people wanting to send me stuff. Cool stuff, too. Not like e-bikes or anything that I can't really review on this channel. They were like mini PCs and laptops and stuff, so I reached out, replied to a whole bunch of people. Just automatically went to my spam folder, and I just never checked my spam folder. So I'm going to try to incorporate more PC review here. I'm going to try to incorporate more pre-recorded uploads, videos. So I think tomorrow I'm going to do an app review of the new Gcam app. I'm going to install that on all these phones that I got and record that, see how the new Gcam app is. There's a new version out, and we'll add it to the website tomorrow as well. So once the video drops, you can go download it and test it out from our website. But I'm very excited about these new PCs. And in fact, Minisforum just dropped a new PC. I believe it was today, and I think ours is coming in soon as well. So we can test out and try. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to see where this is going. It's laptops finally. This is what gets people buying laptops again. Yeah, it was a declining market for the last 3, 4, 5 years, and now they put out some good shit, some good stuff, some good hardware, and it makes people want to buy them again. So it's not rocket science. Like, you just got to put out a good product, and people, they were stuck in a rut. All these companies, AMD, Intel, and thank God Qualcomm came in and kind of shook things up. You do have to give them credit for that. But I'm glad it's still x86, this new AMD CPU, because basically running emulation on everything you do with a Snapdragon CPU, it's not the end of the world, right? But if you can get an x86 at the same performance, same battery life, or even better battery life and performance, why not get an x86, right? That's kind of like what Windows is built on. So I think they're headed in the right direction. I cannot wait to see these things start to take off. So I think we're finally at a point in time where now we can start buying good laptops again. I'm not talking about the cheap shit. I'm talking about the good stuff. So very excited for that. Now, speaking of OnePlus, right? So we were under the assumption there was not going to be another OnePlus Open release this year. right? Or at least a OnePlus Open 2, I guess you could say. Now, we got news today that kind of turned that news upside down. There is going to be a new OnePlus Open, but there's a catch, right? So we're getting a new OnePlus Open, but it's not quite what you seem. This is going to be a new OnePlus Open Apex Edition dropping on August the 7th in a week. Now, what's the difference between this and the original OnePlus Open? Essentially, the color. Color naming is different. Hardware, the internals appears to be similar, or obviously the same. Now, this was widely regarded as the best foldable, much like Qualcomm did in the laptop world, kind of put everybody on their toes, or on their heels, I should say, and made everybody rethink what they're doing. I think that's what this OnePlus did with this OnePlus Open, because literally I could not find one reviewer that had a negative review or said, I don't like it. Everybody loved this device. I wish I could get my hands on one, but I just never did. Again, I'm not a wild fan of the of the foldables. But you will get one now, a new color, I should say. Now, I don't know, is that leather or is that just a colored back? Looks like it could be a leather. Let's see. Now, here's the thing with these foldables. Not only was it loved for its design, but people were raving about the operating system, right? The functionality, how you actually use these apps with a big tablet-like surface area to multitask, right? That's the thing I'm not so sure that Pixel has really gotten a good grasp of. With this new Pixel Fold 2 coming out, again, Samsung with their Fold 6, my God, it's like their tablet, right? You can have all sorts of multifunction apps over here, apps over there. You can do this, you can do that. It's amazing. With Pixel Fold, now I didn't use the first one, but is it just the base? I know you can do split screen and stuff like that, but OnePlus, Samsung take it to a whole nother level with their foldables. I just hope Pixel has something in the back pocket for us, software-wise, that can kind of put it on the same level usability, right, as OnePlus and Samsung. Now, it looks like it's going to be available in the U.S., this new Apex Edition, for basically $1,700, $1,600. Now, it's interesting, they're dropping this literally a couple days before the Pixel Fold 2 comes out. And again, they're doing this on purpose, right? Like, OnePlus knows there's a new Pixel coming out. They're all up to date with what each company's doing. They're going to try to steal. So, for those of y'all that did not like the Samsung Fold 6, or essentially it was too expensive, because it is more expensive, OnePlus is dropping this new color right before the Pixel Fold 2 comes out to say, don't forget about us, we're still here. And that may be a viable option. I think it's a smart idea. It essentially at no extra cost to them. Now, I say no extra cost, but of course there's shipping and advertising and money involved, but it's the same device. It's a badass phone. And they have, they say, well, you know what, let's refine it a little bit and drop it right before the Pixel gets released. Let's see here. OnePlus has reportedly stressed that the Apex Edition pays homage to the iconic Hasselblad 503CW 60 years Victor Red Edition. Hence, the camera setup co-developed with Hasselblad would include a 50 megapixel primary sensor, a 48 megapixel ultra wide lens, and a 64 megapixel telephoto lens. Wow, that's a good setup. 4,800 milliamp per hour battery. It does support 100 watt fast wire charging. That is badass. So if you're in the market for one, look, I'm sure they're going to have their trade-in deals as well. OnePlus has decent trade-in value on their website, trade-in deals on their website. I've taken advantage of a couple of the deals before, and I'm still using, I love this thing. I'm still using this. A badass phone. So, love operating system. Cameras are second to none. So, I'm a proponent of what OnePlus is doing and where they're headed. So, we will obviously bring you more once again, it's in a few days. So, stay tuned. And if you want more news on that and or how to get one, we will have all that info for you. Now, real quick, iPhone stuff. I know we released the colors yesterday, the official colors. They are going to go bold, right? No more boring ass colors. They need to change their boring ass design because here's the new iPhone 16. Now, this is the Pro, right? Essentially the Pro and the Pro Max. Just the Max will be a little bigger. But this is it. So these are official images of the dummy units. So what Apple does when they send out, so these case companies, right? That's how they have, so when these phones drop, like the same day they drop, that's how all these companies also drop all their phones, all their cases. So everyone, damn, how do they know what the phone is like the same day? How are they going to drop their case the same day the phone is out and they don't even know what it's like? Well, Apple, Samsung, Google, OnePlus, they have dummy units. Essentially, the exact replica of that device, just without the internals, right? They'll send these dummy units and or replicas to these case companies so they can mold and make cases for this. Now, somebody at, I'm assuming one of the case companies or somewhere, got these dummy units and started taking pictures, right? Because that's what we got right here. So tomorrow, I don't have time today. Tomorrow I'm going to get into the specs of the iPhone 16. I'm going to blast Apple. So, be prepared. I'm giving Apple a 24-hour notice, actually about 20-hour notice. Tomorrow, I'm going to rip you a new asshole tomorrow. The specs have leaked for these new iPhone 16 models, and just from that statement, I think y'all know where I'm going with this. Utterly ridiculous. But I'm going to save that for tomorrow. I'm in too good of a mood right now to rip Apple. So I got to get worked up for that stuff. So I will be tomorrow, I promise. But, here are the colors, here are the colors, here are the colors. So you got these right here. I mean, it is what it is, right? Going back into time. That's what they're doing. Rolling back the hand of time. So yeah, I'll rip Apple tomorrow. Stay tuned. Make sure you watch that because it'll be enjoyable, I'm sure, for everybody, for all the Android fans out there. I'll even, I'm going to add them in this video and tomorrow's video as well. So hopefully they'll catch it, get a view of it. Okay. Now, check this out. Before I get out of here. Again, I'm trying to make this a little shorter. I got a football channel I'm trying to run now that the season's starting today. So this looks like this appears to be a dream come true. If you're a sports fan, one thing I can promise every sports fan is annoyed at is paying subscription. Now, this goes for movie viewers too, right? But this is specifically for sports. So, you got to have the Peacock app to watch NBC games, NFL games. You got to have ESPN app, sports package, to watch the ESPN, ABC games. You got to have the Fox Sports app and pay for that to watch the Fox Sports games. It's utterly ridiculous. You got to have all these apps, pay all this money just to watch a couple games every Sunday, right? Well, it appears Venue Sports, a new application. This will be for mobile devices. It'll be for any electronic device, laptop, desktop. Then they're going to have applications for Windows, Mac, iOS, and Android. Venue Sports. They actually look like they might have solved this issue. So they're going to actually develop and bring us an application that has every sport, almost every sport you can think of, in one app and under one price per month, and that's it. So you don't have to go all around. You don't have to go searching places. Venue Sports, an upcoming standalone streaming service being built through a joint venture to be. Now, this was completed by a very smart businessman that had connections with ESPN, with Disney, with Fox, with Warner, with Discovery. He had to get negotiations and get all 5-6 of these big companies and the NFL, so that's like 7 companies, come together and make an agreement to essentially stream their product, right? Because Fox is going to be filming it and streaming it on cable TV, but this company is essentially buying that stream of whatever game and streaming it on their app, and then your monthly price will go in to pay for Fox for that game. But they're going to encompass every game, is what it appears. But it's a joint deal between ESPN, Disney, Fox, Warner Brothers, Discovery. Now, what is it going to cost you? $42.99 per month. I know it sounds a little expensive. Essentially $43 a month. A little expensive, but if you're a sports fan, I think that's a cost you're willing to. Take or give, right? So it's not only going to have football. Check this out. Let's finish this out. So it's planning to launch in the U.S. this fall. So it's not right now, but look, this fall is literally a month or two away, right? They're trying to launch it at the very beginning of the NFL season. Very smart. It's going to offer thousands of live sporting events from across all major professional sports and leagues, and college conferences as well. College sports as well. Don't get it twisted. College sports, professional sports. It's trying to encompass all sports in together. It's going to provide access to 14 live sports channels at one time. So if it's a busy Sunday, you got a bunch of games going on. But remember, the basketball season and football season overlap. So what if it's a Sunday, you got 5 NFL games on, and then you got 3 NBA games on? Well, this is going to have 14 live channels, so you'll be covered on whatever you want to watch live. And it also has an expansive library of on-demand content, documentaries, replays, recaps, Super Bowl replays, that the collective company's portfolios, including sports networks like ESPN Plus. They have sports documentaries. What is it? 30 by 30 or whatever it's called. 30 by 30, I think. Sounds to say 60 by 60. So this looks pretty cool. Now, it's ironic I look at this because I was literally, I literally had my finger hovering over the buy button. I was going to buy, I don't know, I'm whispering. I was going to buy the NFL Sunday ticket package on YouTube. Now, if you are, we're streaming on YouTube, so I'm sure you've seen that offered to you. As you get closer to the season, they'll like cut prices. Well, I saw one yesterday that was pretty good. It was like $300 for the whole year. Sounds like a lot, but if you break it over month to month, not that expensive, right? But I was like, I literally was about to tap. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hold out for another day, another couple weeks, and see if the price goes down even more. And then this comes out. So I was like, wow, it's the good Lord looking over my wallet. So this should be cool, right? So check this out. I'm going to put a link to this in the description. If you're a sports fan, you're going to want to watch, or you're going to want to check this out. I'll just put it that way. Because not only do they have football, basketball, again, any sport that's on these apps, NBC, ABC, ESPN, they're going to have IndyCar, they're going to have NASCAR, they're going to have Formula One, F1 racing. Look at all this. Look at this extensive coverage. So we got NFL, MLB, NHL, WNBA, NBA, NCAA Division I, football, and basketball. You know how many games that is? How many colleges and universities have programs? This is going to have an insane amount of sports. That's actually a good deal for $42. I'm not even going to lie. International soccer, huge. combat sports, Grand Slam tennis. They're going to have boxing. They're going to have UFC. I mean, this is going to be insane. Iconic sports studio shows and pre and post game programming. Now, hopefully, I'll step my game up this year and they'll notice my NFL channel. And next year, hopefully, they'll add me to Venue Sports. Kind of wishful thinking, but I can always dream, right? Iconic sports studio shows. So not only are they going to have NFL games, NBA games, live, F1, boxing, they're also going to have Sports Center. How many of y'all wake up in the morning and watch Sports Center and to get ready for work? First Take, Get Up, College Game Day, the Pat McAfee Show, Fox NFL Sunday. You get all the pre-games. And you also get, this is the good one because I watch this every single day, The Herd with Colin Cowherd. You get the very best sports broadcaster who draws the biggest numbers in this app included. I think this is pretty cool. So that's why I kind of wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. It forms sports and technology, and that's why I'm talking about it right now. So, what else am I missing? Let's see. ESPN original documentaries. We got that. Golf championships. I don't know who watches that. PGA Tour Live, college sports, yep. Okay, so what conferences are they going to have? Thousands of games and events across multiple sports. The biggest college conferences. SEC, biggest conference. ACC, pretty big. Big East, pretty big. Big 10, pretty big. Big 12, pretty big. I think they're missing the Pac-12, no? Or Pac-10? Unless they... Yeah, they may add it in there. Including college football playoffs. Look, they got like 4 out of the top 5 conferences in college football. Men's and women's basketball. Wow. March Madness. Combat sports. MMA. Boxing. PFL. Bellator. UFC. Jesus Christ. There's a lot. Over 700 baseball games per year. Indy 500. Again, F1. NBA. This looks pretty cool. So I'm definitely going to try this out. Now, you can't purchase it right now. This is a press release, just their PR department basically putting this out, saying, hey, putting this out on the newswire, and this is what we got coming. Stay tuned, basically. Now, let's see. It's a standalone streaming service, so it's not going to be tied in. You're not going to have to download, because that's what I hate like Fox Sports, right, or ESPN, and then you had to do ESPN Plus. But to do ESPN Plus, you got to download ESPN. It's like they're tying you into something. This one app, you don't have to sign in. So like when you download this Venue Sports, you're not going to have to sign in. You're not going to have to download this, create an account, and pay. And then it's not like you're going to have to sign into your ESPN account. Then you have to sign into your Fox account. Then you got to sign into your, I don't know, whatever, TNT account. No. You download this app, pay for it, start watching sports. Boom. That easy. And that's the way it should be. Like, I was waiting for something like this to come along, and it's just dropped out of the sky out of nowhere today. Subscribers will also have the ability to bundle the product. Okay, so you can bundle it if you want to, including with Disney Plus, Hulu, or Max. So I'm assuming if you download Disney Plus, Hulu, or Max independently, you'll probably get a pop-up notification saying, hey, do you want to subscribe to Venue Sports? But it's not officially going to be tied to it, meaning you have to use one to use the other. Let's see. Anything else? Become a channel partner. Become a publishing. Let's see. Whoops, I don't want to send a release. Damn it. Did I click that? This looks really, really freaking cool. Again, it is not available right now. But it will be very soon. So, trust me, I'll just look. Here's what you do. Stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel. I'm going to be locked in with this app. So as soon as it drops, as soon as it goes live, I'm actually going to do a app review of it. I'm going to go all in. So I'm going to download it and enjoy it. And hopefully it'll be the sports watching solution that everybody has hoped and dreamed for without many hiccups, right? So if you want more information, just sit tight. I got y'all covered. Subscribe to the channel. And again, going to launch in the fall. So it's right around the corner, right? So that'll do it for today. I got to run. Appreciate the time. Thank you very much. Zyrax, thank you so much for the $2 super sticker. I really appreciate it. You've been so nice. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You like that red of that OnePlus Open? I do too. It looks really cool. How much? You know what? You could probably get a used OnePlus Open for a good price, no? Let me go swap it real quick. $925. It's not bad, right? I mean, what? 17 brand new, 1700. Let me get one just to check it out. So, anyways, let me get out of here, guys. I got another YouTube channel I have to attend to. So, Cyrax, thank you very much. Much appreciated. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.